Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Black Tech Tips. Today, as you can see, we're taking it a little bit different and moving away from the decks. So today what I'm going to show you is my brand new computer build, right? Over here I have some parts from Amazon. So you see I've done a little bit of shipping here, right? I have about 4 boxes here. It's my power supply, my memory, my new graphics card, and down here I have the case along with some other stuff including pool and so on. I'm going to show you all of these. Now, the thing here is that we have a lot of different gadgets. I'm going to do individual unboxings and I'm going to link them from one of the main videos, alright? So the reason for this build is basically my old machine was getting far too old, so I decided to pick up some new parts, right? I'll put details to every part that you can find. I'll put links to them on Amazon so you can get them, or if you want to build a similar build, alright? So I'm going to take you from start to finish through this build. I'll show you everything that you will actually need to actually build a similar system to mine, alright? So these are the parts. I don't want to spoil them, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to unbox them separately, alright, as I just said. Alright, you come over here. Alright, forgive the mess, we're in hardware mode, because basically everything is crazy. I have my old system. As you can see here, I've stripped it back down to its basic bones. Here we have the old water cooling system. It was basically a custom loop, right, from XS PC, right. This has been faithful. I've been using it for years. Never failed. One of my best builds ever, right. So one of my final works. If you look, you can see the basic innards, blue lighting, blue tubing, colored tubing. We have my old what's this again? I can't even remember this. I think this was an ASUS Extreme Phase. This is from the socket 1366. Yeah, I know, very old, right? And there's some memory modules. Those went, and my graphics card went. So I decided to to strip the whole system and go start over from scratch. So I've got a new case. This was a Nex. Do you remember the model? I think Evo or something, I'm not sure. I'll put the name on the screen. And over here I have my main monitor and just a little old ViewSonic. I usually have dual Samsungs, but what I did was to actually sell my other one to a friend. So I'm back to one, so I'm just having this one here as a placeholder. I'm gonna ditch this. Maybe I'm gonna go dual screen again, I'm not sure. I have my Galaxy S5 box. I've decided to pick up the Galaxy S6 here. Don't even know if I'll be picking that up. Who knows? Alright, my little temperature monitor gauge here. Let's check the ambient room temperature on outside. Alright, so guys, I hope you will stick around for this build. Alright, as you can see here, we have installed the processor. Right? Now what we're going to do next is to actually head on to the next phase. Now we're not going to use this standard cooler here, so I'm going to skip out that out of the build. We're going to actually use a H55 to actually handle the cooling, right? And so now that the processor is installed, we're going to move the board actually into the case. Alright guys, so here we are. This, as we said before, was the Air 540 case, as you can see. Right, if you come in for a closer look, we have just installed the motherboard and the standoffs are in, and basically we have placed in the motherboard. Alright, if you can look at the back out here, you'll see the I/O port at an angle, right? And we put in the rear I/O, right? And you see the motherboard is in. So next we're going to install the power supply, and from then we're going to start working on basic cable, putting in the cables and so on. Alright guys? Alright guys, so here we have the power supply installed. The bracket has been set to the height of the power supply and it fits snug in this area. Alright, this is just another stage. Alright, next on to installing the CPU fan or the water cooling system. Hi guys, so we're back. If you've been following this build, I was showing you the basic works where we're starting basic from installing the motherboard tray and so on. Alright, so in the interest of time, we'll skip ahead. Now this is the final build. You can come in, you'll notice this is the front of the unit. It's currently on. You can see the hard drive activity LED, the power button and so on. My case badges from MSI, since I'm using the MSI board and the G-Scale RAM, right? And this build has actually turned out quite nice. If you come around to this area, you can see my boxes over here to the side, right? This is the build, now up and running. As you can see, I have a red theme running straight through and the MSI GTX 960. Now I gotta love this thing because at idle, the span doesn't actually spin until the machine is on the load. We have 8 gigs of Ripjaws G-Scale Ripjaws X. The Corsair cooler. We have my two 2 terabyte hard drives for a total of 4 terabytes, and I have a SSD in the back. Right, this thing runs whisper quiet. I don't know if you can hear. I'll try to bring it in as close as possible so you can actually hear the system. There you go. It's actually whisper quiet. The Air 540 is a great case. It was easy to work with, and the only thing I've noticed, or the only fault that I've found, is that if you look at the hard drive cages down here, when you first install these, you have to push them all the way in. If you don't, they'll not detect, so you have to actually push them in with some force. Alright, so guys, this is the build. I'm just gonna run you through the basics. I'll give you a look at the back section, if you'll forgive the angle. Alright, this is the back of the unit. Alright, and if you notice, the cable management is quite nice. I'm no expert at cable management, but due to this case it was quite easy because all of the cables are in the back. Right, and I must say this build turned out quite nice. I can't stress enough how silent this build is. I'm gonna turn this to the other side so we can actually see. Alright, now if we were to come around this side, you'll notice all the cable works is in the back section here. You have my power supply neatly stuck there. Now the hard drive cage with the hard drives. Now these are going to be out of sight, so forgive the messy cable work, right? So here I have my single ASUS DVD reader burner, right? You have the motherboard with the back plate. You can see this case does a great job of managing the cables, right? So the system is up and running now after a few hours of putting it together. Basic troubleshooting, you can check it out over here. This is the desktop with the system actually up and running super fast. In a matter of couple seconds it reaches from booting to desktop, right? This is running on the Z97 model with a Core i5, 8 gigs of G-Scale Ripjaws, right? So in the future I'll be showing more on this build. So guys, subscribe if you like this and stay tuned to this channel. I have a full review and a full look at all the parts over at blogtechtips.com. Alright, thank you guys for tuning in. This is Ricardo with my 2015 gaming build. Right, thank you guys and bye.